Hello, everyone. If you haven't noticed, I have a cut on my neck. And no, that's not from like being mugged or almost being mugged or anything mug related. It's actually just me cutting myself shaving for the first time in a while. Um, and that's the intro. I'm Travis. This is Frantic Purpose. And this podcast will serve to be the bin for all things having to do with how I feel, insight on essentially anything: movies, music, politics, what's going on, and all of that. What does that mean to you? Nothing, probably, but that's okay. If you're listening to me and Frantic Purpose on Frantic Purpose, this is because you like my honest opinion. You like the timbre of my voice. That was a joke, but this isn't for you. Don't get it twisted. I don't think this will get one listen. Wait, no, that's a lie. It'll get a few listeners, essentially, my future wife Amanda and her mom Kathy. Probably those are the two. Those are the two that are in the bag 100%. I don't even have to do anything for that. So thank you, Amanda and Kathy, for being my viewers, listeners, whatever. Amanda was like, "You have to do a podcast," and I'm like, "I have. I've done 1,000, but I haven't committed to one." And I think it's just because I I I don't know. They've been kind of throwaway. I didn't really have a platform for it. But now that I've thought of Frantic Purpose as the foundation, I'm gonna do it twice a week. Sorry, not twice a week. I'm not. I'm not. That's insane. Um, Bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks on Thursday is what I'm going to do. And of course I'm going to be burping throughout them, so be excited about that. But a little bit about myself. I've made content forever, since I could get my hands on my dad's uh, camera and video camera. I've shot and made videos, and I've made music, and that's just a small thing. The cooler thing is I've managed to capture a lot of like little chunks of my life. In my teens to my early 20s, it's I Knew It production. It's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you could find it and watch it. Me as teenage Travis, and then for my 20s and military years, I was on Schwang's, and that captured a lot of that. And then I moved on to Memory Meat, which is like kind of this post-military depressing thing. But you could find it; it's out there. And then I went into Travis Hobart Straw, making art for the first time with any regularity. And then now I'm making music. I'm really just trying to embrace creation, and I always have. And that's what, to me, Frantic Purpose is. Frantic Purpose is the two words that describe my engine within me, this chaos engine, which is like, if I don't do anything, like, I basically will self-destruct. If it's not like disrupting my whole life. In one case, I was like a projectionist, an artist type person, being in bands and playing shows, and then I joined the Air Force. Or it's challenging myself to integrate into something like the Air Force, and I don't know. But I do know that I like making podcasts. I like aimlessly talking. I like chatting. I like talking with people, and I'm going to do this. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to have insights on things that are going to make you laugh, maybe make you angry. At the base of my character, I like to think I'm a nice guy. I try to be the nicest I can. I can probably be. I'm an honest dude, so I don't. People have problems with that, but that's fine too. I don't care. It's okay. So if you're looking for a podcast in the sea of podcasts, and you somehow stumble across Frantic Purpose with me, ya boy Travis, welcome. I hope you stick around. I will be talking about the next 30 years of my life as it unfolds. So this is the next thing. There's I Knew It Productions, there's Schwangzors, there's Memory Meat, there's Travis Hobart Straw, the whole like influencer Instagram platform dealio, working with companies, and now there's Frantic Purpose, and I'm going to use this to talk about my pending family, getting married to Amanda, the very real possibility that I'll be a father at some point, which is insanity. You know, let's let's talk about that in a minute. And just inching forward in life, I've always had a very acute knowledge of the finite amount of time for all of us. You know, like the one thing we all share is where we end up. And I want this podcast to make you think and feel like you're listening to a friend. And I don't know, we'll see, but it's gonna be fun. And that's the 6-minute intro. Okay, welcome. And where are things at now? Okay, so quick wrap up. Grew up in Fairfield. Joined the military. That skips a lot. I don't even know. Screw it. No intro. If you want, I was in the military. I'll reveal more about myself as I talk. But currently, what are my current woes? I don't know. Planning a wedding is crazy. I don't look. Weddings are a scam, okay? And I'm halfway joking, but it's a marketplace. All it does is convince regular people to spend too much money to do this thing that ends up being like you're basically funding this massive party, and then no one else, like you foot the bill for all of it usually, and then people come and eat free food and dance, and then you barely get to talk to anyone. I don't know, like it's ridiculous. And also, as a man here, I'm very, my nose is being smushed into the fact that this isn't for me. Okay, I I know that. I knew that before. I know that now. Oh my God, I know that now. Like this, like just recently, and I'm not throwing shade here. I'm happy that Amanda got to do this. She met with my mom, her sisters, and went dress shopping. And you know what? Awesome. That sounds like a great moment. And I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say selfishly, I wish anybody wanted to do that with me. you know, like I'm sitting here on my couch, having some drinks by myself, playing Warzone DMZ on my PlayStation 5, being like, man, there's really nothing baked in other than like the bachelor party, which of course is like pitched to us as this debauchery, which I'm like not even interested in. And I planned all of that. I planned it all. We're going to Tahoe. I like to gamble. We're going to talk about gambling, guys. It's going to be fun. Systems. How you can win too. I mean, you can. It's real. It was halfway a joke. I was going to make a joke about a subscription-based gambling hotline where you call me for advice, but that's not real. I'm not doing that. But yeah, we'll be in South Lake Tahoe, stay in this big house. Everyone gets their own room. And all I can think is like, how awkward is everyone going to be when I'm like, hey, do you mind giving me the money for your part of it so I don't have to pay for all of it? I already feel weird about it. I feel weird asking anyone to pay for any of this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I said to Amanda, I'm like, look, I want to do whatever you want. And that's it. What I want is irrelevant. I like saving money. I like budgeting. I like thinking, what can I do that's going to be fun and excellent, but also at the same time not cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Like the average wedding in California is what, like upwards of like $30K or something like that. And it's like $30,000. I don't know if I would ever spend $30K. I mean, maybe probably a house, big purchase, makes sense, that kind of thing. But like $30K for what? I don't know. And everyone has an answer for that. Everyone, but that I think it's like years and years of it being baked into our culture. Well, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to go big. It's about what Amanda wants or the woman or whatever. And I'm like, I'm a little selfish and jealous about it. I'm like, what about me though? Like a little bit. Even the rings available for men are almost all identical. I went to like different websites and saw like they might as well be being made by the same warehouse. They're just like third party, like drop shipment creator of generic man, like edgy man ring, but they're all being sold at these websites and they're all exactly the same. Like I'm not, how big of an idiot do you think I am? I see that these are the same rings, but the only difference is the URL and how to get to them. I'm excited to get married. I'm excited to marry Amanda. I'm excited for the honeymoon, which is all planned, which I'm happy to say. I love planning. I feel like it's a way to reward yourself. Why procrastinate when you could get it all out of the way? And then by the time it comes around, you don't even really remember the impact of spending the money you did spend because you spent it earlier. And it's a great little feeling. It's a trick, but I mean, it's a great feeling. So that's let's dovetail into try to plan more, guys. Just do it. It's worth it. But that's my little deal. Like it's a unique scenario. I encourage Amanda to do everything to make this it is a milestone event, regardless of what happens, regardless of whether how much money we spend or not. If it happened in a basement with, Christmas lights and I was the DJ and there was like hella pizza, great time, still married, and that's what I want. I look forward. I've looked forward to being married for nearly as long as I can remember. And I thought, this is going to be easy. All you have to do, Travis, is like stack talents. Okay? Learn. We could do that. So I'm like, I started playing piano in the 3rd grade. I'm not that was like a initiative to get a wife. It was great for a foundational musical theory and all that. And I taught myself guitar and everything that would go toward, successful courting of a woman. I'm like, yeah, this is good. Not only that, I'm an artist, visually drawing, camera. I'm a photographer. I'm like, what else can I'm an okay talker, and that's the gem right there, being an okay talker. That's ladies go crazy for that. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Like as I like incrementally got better and better at stuff, read more, and really got into overall self-improvement, being like, man, this is going to be impressive. It's not. Most people don't like it. Like most people aren't like that. And I'm like, oh my God. And I went into the world thinking like people are going to love me. Oh, sometimes they did. And sometimes it caused problems. And I'm not like some Superman. I'm not by any means. There are far better musicians, far better artists, far better talkers. And man, I am 35 years old. And I'm gonna be married when it's all said and done. I'll be 36 and married. And I wanted to be like a young dad, I'm not going to be a young dad. I'm going to be an old dad, probably. It doesn't matter though. And that's all to say. I just hit the microphone. Hopefully that didn't hurt you too much. All to say, that's if kids work out. Me and Amanda have talked about it. We both have told each other we desire kids. But when it comes down to it, children are crazy. So basically, marriage in itself, as statistically 50-50, you fail. 50-50, like that's it, you're done. It screws up everything. And and it all crashes and burns, and this person you're like, man, I love her so much, it's out of your life, and kind of hates you a little, and that's like, that's real. That's real. So do I think that's going to happen? No, but who does? Who does? I don't know, but I really don't think we will, but it's a possibility. So cool, that's happening 100%. We're getting married, we're going to be husband and wife. 50 shot, cross your fingers for me and Amanda. But regardless of that, then you stack it. Then you're like, hey, this life, it's me and you, husband and wife. We have like disposable income. We can go essentially wherever. We have no pets. Nothing is holding us down. We could be in Paris tomorrow if we wanted. No big deal. Cool. And some people are like, would you go? It's like, you don't know me and Amanda. We're jet setters. I mean, a lot of our trips are to Vegas, but like we've got next year's going to be bonkers cool with all the trips we're going to be taking. The only reason we're not this year is because of the wedding. Go figure. Honeymoon's going to be cool. But anyways, you're pretty mint in that you have everything. You're an adult. You have a job. You've accomplished it. And it's funny because I gamify most things in my life. Like you've reached this echelon of your character loadout, and it's the top. You're at the tippity top. Like nothing. Nothing can be thrown at you. You got it. And now you have a teammate who's also got it, who adds to your life. Did I win the jackpot? I did. I feel that way. So now it's like, hey, do you want to, I was just thinking, do you want to like maybe ruin all of that? And I get it. Children are the joy of life or whatever. I don't know. I do know. And I mean, not that I do guess, I could logically guess that kids are going to be one of the most stressful things either of us will go through, period. But because first off, you got this little kid that comes out looking like an old person, and it's like no one, you just go, you get it, and they're like, there you go, feed it sometimes, and then it's like, oh my god, like what do we do with this? And before you're supposed to do all this research, and then there's no right answers, and then it's crying and pooping and throwing up for like a while, and then it's just like it's like it's psychological warfare, like 100% it is. Not that the baby's trying to do it, it just is. It's like months and months of like not sleeping, you're not checking boxes like did you to put the baby to bed last night, and this like becomes something else. So that's another situation after getting married. 50-50, fail, win, whatever, let's do it, red or black, even though that's not 50-50. Put it on there, put the chip on there. It's like, okay. And then it's like, okay, baby, which is insane. Like, I don't know anything about raising a child. However, I want to be a dad. it would be hilarious and fun and also challenging, and I feel like I'd be great at it. And maybe that's silly of me to say. I would look forward to it, even though as I'm saying this, I am terrified of the thought of it. And then it's like, maybe two. And it's like, wow, Travis, like, you got to get a hold of yourself here. What are you talking about? So then what I'm trying to say is the children can break you up, and do. They do. A very 50-50. Flip a coin. And that's tough. I'm not Superman. Amanda's great, but she's not Superwoman. No one is. And which is great. I love how no one's perfect and everything. But I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. And I know I'm going to follow that compass inside of me that's saying where to go. Like I have my whole life. I feel like I've just kind of followed this like indicator, like, oh, go here, go over there. And I'm a diligent like auditor and reader, and I'm confident in that I can learn things and adapt. Sure, but I mean a baby. No idea. But I mean, I feel like Amanda and I would make some good looking babies. Amanda has moderate hearing loss, so they may have moderate hearing loss, but Amanda's kicking butt. So I'm like, that's not even a problem, no issue there. Um, so they'd just be. I feel like they'd be good looking kids, even if they aren't. Fine. I'm just kidding. You're obligated to love them. They're your kids. But and that's boo hoo. It's the truth. And you have those unique things. You have those unique, and I'm so honest that like, if my kid was not the best looking, and they're like, Dad, I don't know, but like looks are a factor in life. Okay, I'm gonna get off the topic because I'm afraid that I'll piss someone off. But looks are a part of the whole deal. The better looking you are, the people respond good to it. You could rage against the machine about it all day long. It is baked in. We will never have a society that doesn't, discriminate on looks or anything. Like essentially, like whatever. We're very discriminatory. Someone just slacked me from work. If anyone tries to get you into IT, remember, no one respects your time. But I think that might be like a work thing. Amanda has all of her work has to be done on site, so no one could call her and ask her to do anything. She's a clinical lab scientist, which is very cool. But yeah, I started all of this talking about stresses. So wedding, crazy. Being married, cool. Starting a family, bonkers. Banana balls, absolutely insane. Just wow. Because literally, you could just not do that and then live the rest of your life with relative ease. Collect money, hang out, eat good foods, probably never really be stressed other than like normal, like, man, works. I hate working. And we'll get on that topic. Like, do you understand how much we work? I'm sure you do. But like, I work with this guy, Justin, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, dude, you're like I spend the most of my life with you as of late. We work together for 8 hours a day. It's 40 hours a week. I don't see anyone that much. Isn't that insane? Like, why is that? Because you need money to play the game, and I want to play the game. I want to do it, and it takes like so much mental ninja to stop myself from being all punk rock and being like, why do we have to work? Like, this is stupid. We could just quit. And it's like, well, if you want to support the pending marriage and the pending family and the pending, like, every part of that little person's life, or two of them, or three, you're going to need money. There's no, I mean, I think plenty of people exist without, maybe you just don't do it. I don't know. I'd feel bad. I really want to provide some kind of fun life for my pending family unit, and that requires hard work. And then I'm like, I just get in the weeds. And I get in the weeds about everything though. And it can be fun, but it can be exhausting. And hey, maybe you're exhausted right now listening to it, and I fully understand. So let's move on. Other than that, work's great. As far as like where I've climbed, and I've done IT for like 13 years. So there's going to be some IT stories in this Frantic Purpose podcast. I mean, 100%. but I'm happy with where I am, and it's just about managing those punk rock thoughts where I'm like, hey, dude, bro, this sucks. But because I'm good at it, I've been doing it for 13 years. Like that's it's all good. I feel like I've been blessed by my career. I'm well traveled. I'm in the military. I really got. I had a great career in the military. I was in there for 8 years, and I went from to Portugal, Germany, Guam. I worked in a mountain in Colorado Springs. It's insane. And life has been insane. And you know what else I was thinking about is like people say life goes by super fast. Like another thing with the marriage thing. They're just like, it's going to go by really fast. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, you'll be married before you know it. And I'm like, I don't subscribe to that. I don't. I don't like I've done everything in my life to make life feel like it is going by slow. I think it's 100% just a mental state of mind. Like if you're saying you think life flies by, you're revealing so much about yourself to me. You know, I it's I'm going to say it. It's lazy. Your brain, and I read this way back in the day when I was like, man, I really want to try and like train my brain to remember more and really pull out like the timeline and make it seem like time's moving past like molasses. And I read that the more of the same things you do every day, your brain compartmentalizes and compresses the sameness. And that creates the phenomenon of time passing very fast. Like you could have January where you're just hitting the classics like work, 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 weekend, see a movie, work, 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 weekend, don't see a movie, work, 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 etc. And then you're like, wow, January really passed by. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't do anything. And your brain was like, wow, you're boring. And then compresses everything so it seems like a week of time. And that's like a real thing. Google it. Maybe it's not, but hey, I remember it. And it has caused me to really be adamant about challenging myself to do something different all the time, like which is a lot of the reason why I have like layered hobbies and including like cooking and just having like a dense appreciation for most things because it's so cool. Like there's so much to be excited about in life. Like life's so awesome. And I'm not sitting here being like, I had the best, most Gucci, like safe life. Like I've been through it and I have been in the deep darkness and the what is it called? Not the underground, in Stranger Things. The upside down, like just straight ditch crappy stuff. But even then I pulled like goodness out of it. There's a complexity and beauty to being incredibly depressed. And you may think I'm insane, but I mean, come on. Whew. Other than that, it's not moving by fast. Just so you know, from the time I proposed in October on my birthday, it isn't fast. I just want to make sure everyone knows that. I wish it would go by faster. And it's going to be like September and someone would be like, wow, didn't it fly by? And I'll be like, no, do you understand how long 7 months are? Like that's how long it is until then. 7 months. And people are like, oh, that's not that long. It's like, man, you have no idea. 7 months. You could cultivate a whole nother skill. You could move and set up shop somewhere else, become a whole complete different person, There's 7 months. It's insane. So if you're one of those people that's like, life just whizzes by, maybe you should check yourself and think, I'm going to audit my life. What do I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if you're not working? And if you are working, how are you maximizing your time after work? Are you just lazing about watching Netflix and not even really watching Netflix and while you're scrolling on the TikTok machine? And then no wonder, oh, now it's time to go to bed and you can't sleep, blah, 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 blah. Get over it. Make use of your time. It's up to you. No one else is going to make you do it. And unless you have my brain with the frantic purpose core, that if I stop doing something, if I sit, even like my relaxing, I'm not like wound up tight. I just, if I'm supposed to be relaxing, like on the honeymoon, it's going to be max relax. Anytime I'm in Vegas, max relax. Anytime I'm traveling, max relax, because that's that grip of time that is meant for it. If I'm working and I have to be in work mode and I'm max relaxing, my brain will be like, look, Travis, I don't know if you want to fail right now, but you are. If I'm not creating content, if I'm not doing something, productive, because I really want to always be doing something, even if it's nothing. Travis, you're not making any sense. That's okay. Most of the time I don't. I'm just kidding. Hopefully I do. But that's about it. We're coming up on 30 minutes here. So, thank you for listening to Frantic Purpose. There will be more episodes every 2 weeks on Thursday. So not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. I'll have something else to talk about, as always. Even if it's just like mindless musings, it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoy it. Kathy, Amanda, thank you for listening. And hopefully someone else comes across and maybe thinks, hey, that guy's kind of funny or funny looking, or whatever reason you choose to say what's up. That's it. My name is Travis, and thank you for listening to Frantic Purpose. Next time, we'll talk about, I don't know yet, something fun. I promise. Hopefully it's fun. Okie dokie then. This is going to be fun. Okay. Are you excited? I'm excited.